Shut up and sit down.
Hi guys, I'm Dodge, this is Bigmeks Workshop and Paint Studio, and this is just a short tutorial on how to magnetize your turret guns for a Forge World Fire Raptor. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. I'd not done this in a while, but luckily on the Forge World kit for these ball turrets there are some guide holes previously put in. So what we're going to do is use a 3mm drill bit and a Dremel. We're going to use those as guide holes, and then we're going to open up those holes a bit more because they're only little pegs for the autocannons. So you want to push the Dremel in just enough to make those a bit bigger. You really want to be careful not to go too far back. See, that's wide enough for these 3mm earth magnets, which are available from eBay. Then working it a little bit at a time. You want to push it in, and then you want to, check it again, see how deep the magnet goes in. Then drill it again, and as you can see there, I went a little bit too far because the inside of this ball turret is actually hollow. What you could do during the building process is pack a bunch of green stuff behind there. See, I think the hindsight is going to kick in quite a bit here. You don't want your magnet falling through, but we will fix that. What we'll do is we will stack a couple of magnets in there, let that set, and I'll show you that in a second. See, it's just the right size for the nozzle of the super glue to get in there as well. And we're going to push the magnets in. Now what I've done to make sure my magnets are always the right way around is I've drilled a small 3mm hole in my desk, put a magnet in there, and put some perspex over the top of it, so if my magnet clips to that, I can then keep it pointing the same direction and push that in, and it will always be the same way. This is what I mean, we've put two magnets in, we're going to let them set, and the only thing really holding the second magnet in is the bond and maybe a little bit of super glue. So what you can do is use your hobby knife to get in the middle there, and will stick to the top of the hobby knife, and you can pull those away. You want to check that that's in there nice and firm, so I'm going to push that in using a paintbrush. Make sure it's not going anywhere. Okay, now on to the more important bit, how are we going to get these to stick on? See, that was supposed to fit into the little guide hole. We're going to scrape that off and leave a little indentation where it was, and use a Games Workshop drill and use that as a guide hole, and now put another small hole in there. This is just to stop the Dremel whirring around and losing control. You want to be careful while drilling into this that you don't go through the lenses on the front, because these autocannons have lenses. Now the the heavy bolters, they're a bit easier to do. Now instead of pushing the Dremel into the resin piece at this point, because I don't want to go too far through, I'm keeping that steady, and I'm using my other hand with the autocannon in to push down onto it. That way I get a bit more control and I can feel where the gun's moving around and if it's sliding out of place. I'd recommend doing it that way, because doing it the other way, pushing down the Dremel, it's very easy to go through. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep drilling just the end out a little bit. Just blow that dust off for you. We're going to blow the dust off, then you can see the holes just about the right size, and we just keep testing it. Now when gluing the magnet into this, don't use your predetermined magnet to do that. Just stack a bunch of little magnets to the ball turret so they're facing the right direction, and super glue the one on the end on. So there's a solid row in between them. That way you're going to get it right every time. And if you do that for all your guns, you're never going to have a problem with magnetizing, because every gun you have will then clip to any other magnet that doesn't come out or something. Which is basically how we've done it. We've got a magnet that never comes out, and that faces one way. Then you just stack magnets onto the first one itself, and it's really that easy. The heavy bolters, they were easy enough to do because it was a much bigger chunk of resin, except we had to guess where the guide hole was. You want to make sure that fits in and goes deep enough in. You can do this by stacking one magnet or two magnets onto the ball socket one, and as you can see, they snap on nice and neat. And I do realise in a second that I put those on upside down, but that's not an issue. I will switch those back around in a sec. And it's really that easy, guys. It's only a short video. I mean, I didn't get any footage of me putting the other guns on. It didn't seem really necessary. It's just a short tutorial on how to magnetize stuff, and there you go, they fit on nice and neat. It's an easy job. Alright, there's also on our channel there's how to build a Fire Raptor, and have a couple of tutorials on how to paint the Fire Raptor. And if you can't do that, check out our eBay store, because we'll be more than happy to do it for you. So hit that like button, share on Facebook with your friends, and maybe catch us on Patreon and help our channel out. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.